How's it going, everybody? Joey64 here with part 3 of Super Mario Odyssey. Here we are wrapping up Toast Arena and the Sand Kingdom. We have hopped a ride on this lion dude, and we are making our way to the floating and vortic pyramid because there's now a big old hole underneath it, apparently. Who knew? The developers probably knew. I knew because I played this game before. Most of y'all probably knew as well, but you know. This is how the cookie crumbles. Anyhow, so this is like a nice little platforming area. Something I feel like this game mixes the like 3D areas of like having stuff like very open, and then like the more straightforward platforming levels or areas very well. The balance is very well on how they do it. And one bit of what we call it, lore, I guess, that this game actually added to the Mario series was that it's now canon that Goombas are they are now known to not be able to slip on ice. Their feet, I guess, are like rubbery, or I don't know, like the friction on the feet's good enough to run out. They don't slip on ice, so it's a fun thing. One of my favorite things to do in this game is make Goomba stacks. You will see this repeatedly throughout this playthrough. If I ever get a chance to do a Goomba stack, I will take it. Just look at them, like, dancing around. I actually almost fell off. And it's just, and it's bam. So satisfying to do that. It's very brutal, but very satisfying. I enjoyed it a lot. And the bullet bills. Honestly, the capture ability is really cool. Like being able to play as a Goomba. But just playing as a Goomba is just so, the novelty of that's really fun. Actually, this would be a lot later in the playthrough, but just I'm thinking of a particular moment later on where capturing a Goomba gets me into trouble and ends up killing me twice in the same level. It's even when you capture them, they still somehow find a way to defeat Mario. Guess shows how well Goombas are, how great they are in Bowser's army. And now we are in the deepest underground. I never really thought, I never really read the names, but now, well, that's, again, I feel like I've probably talked about this before, but seeing stuff like, actually, I noticed more of the details now, like the deepest underground. I never really looked at that. You know, you don't really read a lot of that stuff, I guess. Also, real detail about boss fights, if you dive into them, you never bounce on the cap. And I do that a couple of times because, again, I like doing the dive move, like throwing the cap and bouncing and diving again. I think it's a cool way to like enter into the boss fight. But it's like, why can't I keep bouncing? I don't know, maybe there's like the barrier where the boss is supposed to spawn. They have a program where the game recognizes, oh, you need to stop now. I guess so you don't sequence break. And now this is one of my favorite bosses of the game. I love going in between all the things, weaving around the ice, and trying to bash the dude in the face. This is that big ice block we saw earlier in Toast Arena, last part, in part 2. There's a couple of attacks. You go round and slam down the ice. You want to slam, or just the ground in general, but you want him to hit these icicles that are coming from the ground, so it hurts his hand, which you will see there. And then you want to throw Cappy at it so you can go and dash at him. This is another capture, of course, and you just gotta bash him in the face. It controls like the bullet bill. This is a bigger bullet bill, so it's kind of cool because like when you actually play through it, you don't realize, oh, it's a bullet bill. But it feels like a new capture, but it plays the same like the bullet bill, so it's pretty easy to just go through it. Now in his final phase here, he'll start doing this. You have the long jump out the way, or honestly, I think you just jump out the way. I just find long jumping to be really fun. It feels more dramatic. Get all dramatic with it all, so yeah. And even though I don't need that extra heart, I don't know why. I always just, I guess this feels good to have a full set of health in any video game. So I'm like, I went out my way just to get that heart and then get the dude. But now he's done. And he's supposed to be like the protector of the ring. There's a little pedestal right before we when we got the bullet bill to get into this boss arena, and Bowser stole the wing. It's called like the binding wing. It's supposed to like internally keep two people together and all that, which we'll see it on Bowser's ship as you go throughout the game. That's one cool detail they actually have in this game. You'll see the different stuff. So like the wing, we're going to see the wing, the binding wing, or I think it's the binding band. binding something. We'll see that on Bowser's airship, and later on, like, he'll get a bouquet of flowers. We'll see that bouquet of flowers on his airship and all the other stuff. That's why each kingdom has a purpose. Like one kingdom he's trying to get catering for his wedding. Another one he's trying to, I don't know, like advertise it. This one he's trying to get the wing. Also in the distance over there, there's a oasis. You kind of see the trees back there. I never went there. Like I said, this is a big game. There's a lot of stuff I did not do. That's just, you can see the trees on the back there behind the Odyssey. There was probably about a good couple of moons there. So, just figured I would point that out for all y'all wondering. Yes, I know I didn't go there. There are actually Captain Toads over there. Our good old pal Captain Toad. This is another really cool thing with the game. You're able, you know, right here there's a fork in the road, and it's like, okay, do you think Bowser went to the Lake Kingdom or the Woody Kingdom? Now, the funny thing is, he's actually not at either kingdom. I just went to the one that looked more straight ahead, more straightforward, just because I feel like it just looks better on the world map. But this, if I would put the Wooded Kingdom, then, after the Wooded Kingdom, we go to Lake. And here, we're going from Lake to Wooded. And the pathway, you see all the little hoops between each kingdom, it stays like that, permanently. I don't know if there's a specific order they have for what they want you to do in this game, but I just know that the fork, it will change depending on which one you pick. It's not a major thing, but it's a nice detail they did add, and I do appreciate it. And right here in this level, what you're supposed to do is follow those coins and you swim through this little area, but you could just do a little jump and you get over here. And it's actually quite hard to make that jump. It took me a while to do it, but I made it, of course. So y'all can see I'm now here in this little section here. But yeah, this is another nice detail of this game that you can do, and I don't know why I think it's top of the stack by doing that, but I think my Goombas are magic. Look at that good old Goomba stack. And there's a painting down there. Paintings, they bring you the different kingdoms. So I think that's Toastowina. I can't really tell because I'm not getting close enough to it. But you'll find paintings throughout the levels, and they'll bring you the different kingdoms. I think that's Toastowina, and there's like, it'll bring you the areas that you can't really get to without finding the paintings. So this is another exploration thing in this game. This is another capture, the zipper. It's really nothing special. It's kind of more of just a neat mechanic. I like it. I think it's cool visually, but it's not, mechanics wise, it's nothing crazy. You just opening a wall. They could just have a pathway though. But this is a nice little detail. If you don't notice the zippers there, you know, you'll miss out on it. But we found the hidden passage, so no need to worry. No need to worry at all. Fish never have to worry about AI. No, they don't, Cappy. No, they don't. That's why they're fish. They go underwater. No, are mermaids fish? Is that? Well, I guess mermaids don't real, but because they can breathe underwater. There's kind of like mermaid-like people. I don't know if they're not called mermaids. They may be called mermaids, but I don't know. Are mermaid? That's a good question. Are mermaids fish? Like, in like fantasy culture and all that. I don't know. I'm not much of like a fantasy person. Like I don't know. I've read some of the Harry Potter books, but everyone's read Harry Potter, you know. But I haven't really done a lot of the I don't like going really into like fantasy, like Greek mythology and all that type of stuff, you know. Like I like Greek mythology. 'Cause I've done some of it before, because you know, school and all that. This is kind of stuff you learn about, and really just kind of see it a lot in fiction in general. There's probably some Greek myth. Oh, there's some Egyptian mythology stuff in this game. Later on. Oh no, not later on. Before we already saw with the desert Toastowina kingdom, the desert area we were literally just at, that has a lot of Egyptian mythology. Like the line we read on at the beginning of this episode, there was some type of Egyptian mythology with it. Oh, actually, the bunnies in this game, because it was the bunnies and all that. They're well, I guess Mario Galaxy would be a better example of this. How those the Loomis could turn into bunnies and all that, and the Star Children and all that. Not Star Children, but the what do you call it? The bunnies on the moon and all that. In Japanese culture, it's a big thing where they think bunnies came from the moon. Is either they came from the moon or they live on the moon. I know, well, I definitely know they live on the moon. I don't know if they came from the moon. That may be it, but I definitely know it's at least they lived on the moon. Something like that. Also, I like how the water here kind of looks like a giant dress. In certain areas, you kind of saw the graphical effect. The water looks beautiful in this game. Go ahead and say that, but like, look at all this fish. I kind of swim around in it for a little bit just to show it off. But it's really nice looking. You can capture cheeps, the little red fish dudes, in this area, in this level. This is another level you get them in as well. The Seaside Kingdom, which we'll see a lot later. That's also a fork in the road one. It's that one. Go that one or the Ice Kingdom. It's like Faustinia or something like that. And there was a dress displayed here, the Loch Lady dress. And that is the dress Peach wears. So Bowser came and he stole Kingdom's greatest treasure. And that's why everyone's sad. So, yeah. So when next time we'll see Peach or see her wearing a dress, she's wearing the Loch Lady dress. Also, there's Crazy Cap, another one in the shops you can spend your coins and special coins at. Haven't been the one yet in this playthrough. I do know we do go to one of those eventually. And I'll show off. I'll talk more about how you shop and how much, actually, how I do like how they treated money and coins in this game later on. No neat detail. There are some Cat Peaches and Cat Marios throughout this game that you can find. They'll give you hearts. Sometimes they'll give you super hearts, which is where you've always seen before, where I'll have, instead of 3 hit points, I have 6 hit points. So, this is nice. Another thing with this game, like right here, our secret little room, there's a lot of moons that are just kind of there, and you just find them. Especially, go over this more when we actually get to the final part. But after you beat the game, you unlock a whole bunch of new moons, and a lot of them are just kind of like, it'll be like that pillow right there where we just capture the cheap. It'll just be standing, you know, just kind of chilling on that pillow. Maybe stuff like that. Well, a lot of them are like brand new missions and like new areas, and it's really cool. I don't know. I just find it it's a little weird. Not jarring, just kind of weird. Where it's kind of like, really, just more moons. It's kind of in the open. Well, like, I feel like they did that pretty well with, like, in Toast Arena, we had the one with the bullet bill where we had to break the crate, but then, like, it wasn't just inside the crate. Well, it was inside the crate, but it wasn't just inside the crate. After that, it went over to a different area, and you had to fly over there with the bullet bill and all that. I'm about to die to a bunch of micro Goombas. But, and that was cool, but, like, later on, there's a lot of them that are just like, oh, here's a crate. Okay, so now with this crate, there's a moon in there. And it may not even be too hidden. Later on, we get to the Metro Kingdom, and a couple parts from now, that kingdom has a lot that are like that, which, I love the Metro Kingdom, but it's also, I don't know. I do have my problems with the Metro Kingdom. All the kingdoms have some problems, honestly. The Metro Kingdom doesn't really have problems specifically towards it. Also, how do all those micro Goombas just suddenly come back? I don't know. They just are there. And I have the desire to kill them all. For some reason. I don't know why Mario's like this. He must kill all the Goombas. They gave you coins, 1 coin each, so you know, why not? Water Palace Terrace. Oh, also on the front of the Brutal ship, it is the big bunny lady with the red dress we saw back in the Cascade Kingdom. That is on the front. They have, I think she's like the boss or something. So yeah, they'll just, well, she's like the employer. But yeah, they are related, but they're not like, it's nothing major, but it's just a nice little detail. Anyhow, here's the tall Brutal, the last one we had to go against, and I keep missing his head. Basically, he'll throw his hat at you. You have to hit his hat with your hat, Cappy, and then you get to spin around and stomp right on him. I kept hitting the wrong button. I don't know why, but the slam down, like when you're flying, you can slam down, so like you go down faster. I kept thinking it was like Y or X, one of the 2 buttons. It's ZL and ZR, which I've never made that mistake before. Some reason while I was playing this, I kept doing it. I think I do it again. Well, no, I don't. Okay, but I did it a couple times beginning the fight, which I already saw. I don't know why. I just kind of kept doing that, and I was like, I gotta stop. This isn't how you do the boss. Well, you could just float on him. You don't have to slam down. You can actually just float, which I may do. I don't think I do. Yeah, I still slam down there. But if you hit YOX, you actually end up throwing Cappy, so it screws you up actually. So I kept messing myself up by doing that. Anyhow, there's our multi-moon. This is the one area actually was like, yeah, I get a multi-moon to end in this, so we'll just leave 3 empty slots and we'll be good to go. I feel like the Lake Kingdom is probably one of the better kingdoms I did, like, plan and wise, and know, like, okay, I know where the multi-moons are and when I can, so I don't get, like, a whole bunch of moons and I'm wasting our time in the video and all that. Anyhow, we have now conquered the Lake Kingdom, defeated another Brutal, and that's it for today's episode. Next time we'll be tackling the Wooded Kingdom and seeing what Bowser is doing there. Anyhow, thank you all so very much for watching today's episode, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.